Hola, bienvenido a todos. Welcome to my channel. Today is another up close and personal video because today is MCAT day. My test is at 3 o'clock. I am an afternoon person to the T. I am way more functional, active, present, awake, all of that in the afternoon and evening times than I am in the morning. Godspeed to those of you who are taking that exam at 7:30 because it could not be me, even if you paid me. So I just got done eating a little bit of spaghetti that I had cooked from the other day. Spaghetti is good for me as a meal. You know, my body likes carbs. I'm not gonna sit here and recommend to y'all what your dietary plan should look like for exam day. I think you should eat whatever you know isn't gonna upset your stomach and whatever is gonna be good enough to quench your hunger for an hour and a half, if not more, before your first exam break. I was thirsty because I don't know about you guys, but I can just be a little bit hungry and I will be distracted. Like if my stomach gets the gurgling or I'm not feeling good, it just completely distracts me. On top of other stuff that I have done today, I put on my Transformation Nation t-shirt. It's a church t-shirt because I'm gonna need a little bit of prayer and a lot of Holy Ghost and a lot of God to get me through this 7 hours. I just did a little bit of flashcard review as well. Nothing crazy, nothing too extensive to like exhaust myself, but just to kind of like print some stuff on my brain that I feel like isn't as well ingrained into my memory like some of the other topics are. So I just kind of went over like the circulatory system and like excretory system, stuff that usually was giving me trouble that hopefully when I sit down on the exam and if I see it, I can kind of be like, all right, like I just looked at that and like, you know, this could be the answer better than just blindly guessing. And yeah, you know, I'm feeling pretty decent right now. I'm not exhausted. I'm not anxious. I just feel like I want to go in there and get it over with. So I'm actually about to go pick up my salad, which is what I'm going to be eating during my 30-minute lunch break. And I've already packed my snacks, some trail mix and some fruits. They're not fruit roll-ups. They're like actual fruit strip thingies in the form of a roll. Fruit roll-ups. So, and then I have a liter of water. Okay, so I am now at the testing sites. I picked up my salad. I have my water and my snacks and everything, like I said, my mask. And I also brought my sweatshirt that says Black Doctors Matter, because I know it's cold in there. And obviously, again, we're doing words of encouragement this entire time. So yeah, I'm about to head in there. Y'all wish me, well, it wouldn't make sense for y'all to wish me good luck because I'm going to be posting this after I took it. But, you know, yeah, I've been listening to gospel music and I feel pretty okay. Let's see if I'm smiling this big after I'm done though at 10 o'clock at night. I'll probably be so tired. So I'll probably record a little bit right after I come out and then finish the rest tomorrow to let you guys know how I felt about it. Okay, y'all, here I am post-exam as promised. And as you can see, that test did a number on me. Like, hair has come down, eyes are puffy, snot all on my shirt. Like, I wouldn't wish that exam on my worst enemy. And honestly, I feel like I wouldn't feel this way if I truly didn't believe that some schools would basically overlook me because of a score. Like, I wouldn't care if I knew for certain that my entire application would get reviewed, but just the fact that there are cutoffs that exist in schools depresses me a little bit because it's just like, dang, like you didn't even give me a chance because of something that this one component that I'm not good at. It just makes me feel like all the other portions of my application and all the other good work that I put in is essentially irrelevant in comparison. And that's just a terrible way to feel. I also feel like I wouldn't be this sad if I had have answered all of the questions. I had finally gotten on my practice test through every single one of my sections, answering all questions. So not running out of time, really, you know, working my way through. Sometimes I even got lucky enough and had extra time left over. Today, None of that happened. Today, I was rushing like the last 10 questions for both of the sciences. The car section was exhausting me. The psych and soc section was confusing. Like, it just felt like everything that I had felt prepared to do did not happen today. And it just sucks. And like I said, like, when I went in there, I was kind of like, whatever score I get is whatever score I get, because I know that I tried my hardest. And I'm just really going to have to remind myself of that. I feel like anybody who's going to take this exam, and I'm going to try to post a more in-depth video on like what to do for test day kind of thing. Well, I don't know, maybe not. It just depends, because I just really feel like the most important advice that I can give to anyone is feel proud of yourself that you took a 7-hour test. Feel proud of yourself that you studied and you really did put your best foot forward. Like, the only reason that I know I'm hurt like this and I'm affected like this is because I know I tried. The first time I took the exam in 2018, I didn't leave crying. I left kind of laughing because I knew that I didn't do what I needed to do in order to prepare. So like this time around, because I really did try my best, it's affected me a lot more. But I just have to know that tomorrow I'm going to get up. I'm going to thank God that I had the ability to even study. I'm not brain dead. I'm not, ill. I took the test. I tried my best. I put my best foot forward. So now anything that comes after this is just going to have to be on his timing and his plan. And I just know, like, I just need one acceptance. I just need one acceptance into any of the schools on my list, so that way I can just be a walking testimony of, like, that test does not define me. That test does not mean I'm going to be a bad doctor. I really wish there was some type of, concrete evidence and correlation between MCAT score and like patient satisfaction, because in my opinion, like, that's really the important thing. Like, you can be the most smart and like genius doctor of all time, but if patients freaking hate you, then I feel like that completely misses the point of what medical care is supposed to be about. So I just pray that I get, again, I get the opportunity to reach out and connect with patients and do big things for my community and other marginalized communities. And, I just have a success story, not just for me, but for everybody that's in my care and anybody who's really counting themselves out like I was doing in the car less than 30 minutes ago. So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm feeling right now. I just know I'm not going to stay this sad and this down about it, because at the end of the day, like, there's going to be a bigger purpose and a bigger message for all of this. And I just know there's no way that I'm not going to get into any school this year. Like, I refuse to speak that onto my life. I refuse to speak that into my future and into my existence. I am speaking acceptance, because all you need is just one. So I'm going to update you all when I get my score back, as well as like anything that happens in between that time, because I do plan on still pre-writing my secondaries as if I know my score is going to be the bomb.com, because like some of my friends have been telling me, like, you never know. Because again, I don't know what these schools cutoffs are going to be. It would have been nice to feel secure in thinking that my score was going to be well above that. But I'm just going to have to, as I said, it's going to just be up to God now at this point of somebody, please just close your eyes to the score and just look at the rest of my application, dog, and just give me a chance, because I don't want to feel like everything that I've done is worthless. That's just a terrible feeling, and it's just not true. So I'm rambling now. I'm about to go eat me some pot stickers and like drink me some wine and go wash my hair and just relax, because this ain't it, man. Okay, y'all, I am finally getting around to recording the end of this video. I have been swamped with work lately, so that's kind of why it has taken me a while. Also, y'all like my new intro? I know you do, because it's fire. Shout out to my man Q. His information is gonna be in the description box below. He's the one that's pretty much responsible for all the sounds on my page, including the new intro music. I really just plan to have fun with the music on my videos from now on. I'm not gonna be like monetized or like super screened by YouTube anytime soon, I don't think, since I don't really have anybody on my channel. I don't have a lot of subscribers or anything like that at the moment. So while I can, I wanna have some fun with my sounds in my audio. So I just wanted to come back on here and basically touch on a couple of points that I made previously in the video, to clarify them and to just kind of wrap everything up. When I was panicking, as I recorded myself panicking and post crying, I think that was a very natural response. For anybody who has taken it and you've been feeling like super down about it, again, like I hope that me recording myself as well has kind of given you some solace in knowing that you're not alone. But I really want to give some context as to why I was so sad. I had mentioned that I was really sad about the idea of schools rejecting me based on potentially not doing well on that exam. And that was really me falling into that stereotypical trap that I mentioned in the first video on my page, the trap that students should have like a 5.15 MCAT and 3.6 GPA and thousands of clinical hours in these amazing places, and just knowing that that's not realistic. You know, that's not real life. Not everybody has the money, the time, the availability, the opportunity and network to have all of those things. You know, there were probably some confounding variables as to why I didn't do as well as maybe some other people do. And rather than beating myself up about the fact that I didn't do something or I don't have something as compared to another student, I'd rather be proud of myself for doing what I could do, me, Janae. And I think that's really the message that I wanted to re-emphasize. You know, it's not about whether these schools are going to overlook me. It's not about, you know, what these schools think. It's really about, like, what do you think about yourself? Do you feel like you put your best foot forward? Do you feel like you tried your best? Like, do you feel like you're a good applicant? If so, stand on that. Stand 10 toes down on that. Stand in confidence on that. You know, don't be delusional, right? Like, if there's some stuff that you have to work on, like, it is what it is. But if you know that you've done everything that you could, like, take a moment of pause, take a moment of breath, and just pat yourself on the back for a job well done. And as for me, I just know that I'm not going to take that test over again. I just feel like I'm not going to put myself through that stress if I don't have to. I will be getting my score back in July, on July 20th. And that means I will be testing sometime in September, because I would want like a month of like restudying. And my fall season is off limits to stress. My fall season is all about me living my life. My birthday is around that time. My anniversary with my significant other is around that time. My mom's birthday, it's holiday season. I just want to enjoy myself. The only thing that I want to be worrying about in the fall is interviews and prepping for interviews, and then waiting for acceptances. You know, as I said before, I'm confident that I'm going to get into at least one of my schools, you know, and that's not to knock anybody who's come out with like perfect stats and they still didn't get in. I'm more so saying that this cycle, in any cycle, any application, anything that you do in life is so unpredictable. There is no surefire plan for anything. So instead of kind of being anxious about what I didn't do, as I said, I'd rather just speak it into existence, that there's going to be a school on my list who thinks that I'm great, who thinks that I'm fabulous the way that I am, who thinks that my experiences and me as a person is good enough and is great enough to fit in with their school. Because like I said, it only takes one. And then I would much so rather deal with the aftermath or the negatives when they get there. Like, if they're going to happen, me telling myself that they're not going to happen isn't going to change that. Like, you know, if for whatever reason, like, it's just destined for it to not work out this time around, I'm just going to handle it as it comes. This whole channel is a no negative fly zone. You know, it's to be honest and transparent, and then encouraging, you know, and just being accepting and confident, as I said, in yourself if you're not matching the standard mold that everybody else is telling you that you have to be. I'm like I said in my first video, I just got so sick and tired of seeing videos that are like, you should be studying 3,000, hours for the MCAT, and this is how I got my 524, and come with me on my mission trips, and here's a list of all of my amazing community services. Y'all are not doing nothing but installing anxiety in people, in my opinion. Some people are gonna find it as inspirational, and kudos to them, but for a lot of us, that doesn't do anything but make us feel like, dang, like I'm not good enough. So I would rather my channel just be a space where I'm like, nah, no matter what, I'm good enough. I tried my best, I put my best foot forward, and I know what I have to offer, and I know what I'm bringing to the table, and now I just need to see which tablecloths are being offered, which schools are putting down, their kind of defenses and welcoming me in. Because another thing that I want to say is, this process is not a one-way street. You should also be very critical of the schools that you're applying to. You should be critical of the curriculum. You should be critical of the students. You should be critical of, what type of program it is that you're seeking to be a part of. Like, who are they? The same way that you're over here spending time stressing about who you are as an applicant, you should be really asking that same question to the schools and understanding who they are. What do they have to offer? What are they bringing? And that's just kind of, like I said, the energy and attitude that I'm moving on. And I hope that I bring some more people to this channel and to this platform, and I'm able to speak the real, and I'm able to speak the raw, and that it's appreciated, and that it's reciprocated. I don't really have anything else planned to record in terms of the application cycle at the moment. Perhaps like when I finish writing my secondaries, I can, give an update, or just, it's mostly just gonna be update videos at the moment. I'm probably not gonna be doing anything otherwise. Whenever I get some interview invites out, maybe I'll do like a blog for like a, get ready with me kind of day. Get ready with me for my interview type of video. But I think in the meantime, I'm actually going to kind of shift my focus to some of the academic discussions that I've been wanting to talk about for undergrad students. Specifically, the Division I athlete struggles. I definitely wanted to spend some time talking about my experience as a Division I athlete, especially as track and field, because track and field is the hardest sport that you can do, all right? That is not up for debate. I want to speak about my experience as a track and field Division I athlete, what it meant to me, and then really just any advice, guidance, and tips that I think students should be on the lookout for when going to their tours and just looking at prospective schools to commit to. And then maybe I'll also do a video on my experience at an HBCU. I did transition from a PWI to an HBCU, so that's kind of like another topic that I want to discuss, because I do think that HBCUs, we just get a bad rap, man, and I don't understand. I don't understand why there's this, super negative stereotype kind of existing among like what it means to go to a predominantly Black institution. And it's kind of funny now that like during Olympic season, there's so many student athletes who are coming out and showing up and showing out for HBCUs, North Carolina A&T in particular. And now it's a conversation topic. Now people want to discuss what it means to go to an HBCU, and now people are wanting to get behind on the movement. So I definitely want to speak on that, because I'm a firm believer that more students, Black students, should be going to HBCUs, especially as athletes. So these are all just like super deep topics that are probably going to all get their own dedicated videos. So look forward to that. And then of course, like leave me any comments below about possible material you want to see me talk about. And with that being said, good luck to everybody who's going to be taking their MCAT soon. And for everybody who's already taken it and you're just waiting for the score, deep breaths. It's over now. You did it. And like I said, just make some time to pat yourself on the back.